All right, let's talk about something that's hitting businesses hard and fast. It's a new kind of AI-powered fraud, and it's already costing companies a whole lot of money. You know why it's so effective? Because it takes your single greatest asset, which is trust, and turns it into your biggest weakness. So let me just ask you this straight up. Could an AI steal 150 grand from your company in the next few minutes? And I'm not talking about some far-off sci-fi scenario. This is a very real risk that businesses are dealing with right now, today. $150,000. Think about that. That's what a single successful attack could cost you. And it can all go down in the time it takes to grab a cup of coffee. This isn't just some number in a report. It's a direct shot at your company's health. So how in the world does this actually happen? Well, believe it or not, it often starts with something as ordinary as a phone call. Let's just walk through a scenario that's becoming way too common, especially in fast-paced industries like real estate or finance. You know how it is in those fields, right? Everything is urgent, deals are closing, deadlines are looming. There's this huge pressure to get things done, and get them done now. Everybody's racing against the clock. And that right there, that constant rush, is exactly what the criminals are betting on. They use that urgency as a weapon. They find a way to wedge themselves into the process and create a situation where an emergency wire transfer doesn't just seem reasonable, it seems absolutely critical. They're literally using the speed of your business against you. So you have to be wondering, what makes these scams so ridiculously convincing? Okay, let's pull back the curtain and look at the new tools of deception that make it all happen. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The game has completely changed. You know, all the old advice, like looking for spelling mistakes in an email, that's all out the window. We are dealing with a whole new level of sophistication. Now, what's really wild is how these tools all work together. A scammer might start by hacking an email chain just to get the context of a deal. Then, they'll use voice cloning for a super convincing phone call. And if they still meet resistance, they might even escalate to a deepfake video call to just completely erase any lingering doubts. And let's be crystal clear about what a deepfake is. This isn't some goofy filter you'd find on a social media app. We're talking about artificial intelligence creating a video that makes it look and sound like your boss or your top client is on a video call with you, giving you direct orders. It's incredibly realistic. And voice cloning is just as powerful, maybe even scarier. All it takes is a few seconds of audio, maybe from a company video or even a voicemail, and an AI can create a perfect digital copy of that person's voice. I mean, just imagine getting a call from someone who sounds exactly like your CEO, telling you to water a huge sum of money right now, no questions asked. And all of this brings us to the real heart of the problem. Yeah, the technology is pretty mind-blowing, but at the end of the day, it's just a tool. The actual target isn't your company's firewall, it's something much more human. Here's the absolute key to understanding this. Business runs on trust. It has to. We trust our teammates, we trust our partners, we trust the processes that we've used for years. And the attackers, they know this. They're not hacking code. They are literally hacking trust. So here's their playbook. They don't just pick random people. They go after established professional relationships where trust is already baked in. Then they tap into that need for speed we were just talking about, and they combine all of it to manufacture a crisis, creating this false sense of urgency that pressures good people into skipping the usual safety checks and sending that wire now. Okay, I know this all sounds pretty bleak, but listen, you are not powerless here. Not at all. Now that we get the threat, let's talk about what you can actually do to build up your defenses. It really comes down to a clear 3-step plan. First, you have to educate your team. Everyone from the top down needs to know this threat is out there. Second, you have to analyze your own systems. Ask yourself, where are we relying on trust alone? Where could things break down under pressure? And third, and this is the most important part, you have to implement new preventative controls. And these can't be just suggestions. They have to be mandatory, hard and fast rules for verifying big requests, no matter how urgent they seem. And really, this quote is the ultimate takeaway. This threat is happening now, and the stakes are enormous. The goal is to get ahead of it, to put these protections in place before your company becomes the next cautionary tale. So that leads us to the final and most critical question. I want you to really think about it. Looking at your current processes, your team's awareness, and the way you do things every single day. Is your business actually ready for this?